The only thing that the students should do is not read, is skim and scan. That's the only thing. Because when they go to the upper courses, for example, ECCE or you name it, ELASH, reading and writing 1, reading and writing 2, TOEFL preparation courses, they don't know the skill. They have never used it in English. They use it in Spanish for 5 minutes before class homework. Yes? But they don't know how to use it in English. They haven't used it. And we have to teach them to use it. So I have brought just some examples of exercises that I would like you to just check out. We're not going to do it in class. Just examples of activities that you could do and how they should skim and scan. You teach them, and skimming is just looking at the first sentence of every paragraph that it may have. The first sentence, not the first line. That is another clarification you have to make. The day of the ECC, they say Miss. And they say here like in sentence 7, but here there is not the word. And I go across and say, oh my God, there's a mistake in the sound. Okay, let me see sentence 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is sentence 7. No, Miss, that's not sentence, it's line. There is a big difference between sentence and line. They ask you in the test, Miss, how many sentences, how many lines? And I don't say lines, I say sentences. And when you're reading and writing, you don't say sentences, you say paragraphs. And I say, this paragraph needs to have 3 sentences minimum. Setting minimums is always good, but well, we're going to see that in writing. In reading, I think it's very important that we cover these 5 things, these ideas, like pick up important keywords, repeated keywords, and link keywords, names, numbers. When you're teaching, for example, a TOEFL preparation course, you teach them that it's not only skimming and scanning, but they also have to learn simplifying the answers, and deducting, inferring. Well, there are many types of strategies, but the 2 most important, the core strategies in reading are these 2, skimming and scanning. How useful do you think it should be if we teach our students from freshmen to skim and scan? Would it be useful for the later courses? Right, because now all the tests always have reading practices, and the problem is that students want to know all the answers, they want to know all the meanings of the words, and they say, Miss, what is this word? And I say, is that word important? It's important, Miss. Why is it important? Because I need to understand it. And I say, but why? Is it in a question? No. Is it in an answer? No. So why is it important? I never answered like directly, Miss, what is parangaributiriniquolo? And I say, parangaributiriniquolo is never. Never. They have to answer these 2 questions. Is it important for the question? Is it important for the answer? If both of them are no, so don't talk to me. And they know that. That is part of my classroom management. And I know that it's kind of like a military position, authoritarian teacher, but I prefer to be authoritarian in the test, because the test is not what they are, but what they have to be. They want to pass. They need to have a good score, and they need to develop their independence. And they need you to say, what is the meaning of this word that is not important? Why do they need it? They don't need it to understand. So, what should we teach our students? We should teach our students the meaning of where can you find the main ideas, for example. What is a keyword from a question for skimming and scanning purposes only? From freshman 1, it is okay to do it, okay? You see the word roof. That is a key word. What does roof do every day? What is a key word? Roof. Where do I find it? I go to my paragraph, find roof. Here. I don't have to read everything. So that's how you teach students with keywords how to scan, how to skim, reading the titles, maybe looking at a picture, if it has a picture. In the ACC preparation courses and in the ACC real tests, you have pictures, a section with ads, in which you should look at the picture, identify what is the category, identify the type of questions, and according to the type of question, you will have to answer it, and you will have to select your strategy. So, I'm going to give you just this so you can have an idea. This could be done in freshman courses, sophomore, junior, depends, on the level, but we could teach them to skim and scan. So, the first page you can see there is about skimming. You can see the X, and this allows the student wants to know the whole rest, but he's not able to. He only sees X. That is how you teach topic sentences. That was taken from a book Miss Hilda recommended me called Reading Power. So that book is free to be downloaded online to practice. That is the elementary level. The next other pages contain scanning examples, and they tell you to time yourself when you're working. You have to time yourself. So they say read this for this amount of seconds and then answer the questions. And then read this for this amount of seconds and answer the questions. What do you remember? And you will see that eventually students will get better.
What's the name of the book?
Reading Power.
Reading Power, PDF. That's true to download it on Google. You click it and you have very important sections. So that is the interview said, and I have it physically in the intermediate. I will bring it, so if you want to make copies of it, we'll make it a little bit more challenging. That's something that I like it. Because as I mentioned before, when Andreita encourages to do the jigsaw activity, so most of us did it was like, oh, I finished 3 seconds, oh no, I didn't finish, but I'm going to continue this one. Is that through that book you teach the students to read faster. Something that is very important to develop in the students to be successful in the ECC or any English or any other exam is to read faster and to have a high level of comprehension. And that is a problem because our Ecuadorian students, they're never going to be pushed to read, not even in high school or school. They are reluctant to read. Supposedly that you have to encourage them in using the readers, but the readers are never evaluated. And that's the other thing that is really against the reading skill. So that's why, and besides the certain level, the students tend to translate. When they read in English, they translate it into Spanish and trying to understand. That's what it takes a lot of time. Some of the thesis not moving with not following the reading with the pencil, with a paper, or with a finger. So try to eyes move on the page right as fast as you can. And it has less than a second, or less than a minute, depends on how long the reading is. And then put away the reading and try to answer the questions, 10 questions, 20 questions. So everything is in this book. I like it.
What versions can I download from the reading power?
No,
There are other versions.
Yeah, go to Google and do reading power.
What
Reading
versions are
power.
available? What versions are basic,
The basic elementary is the one that I have it in book, the intermediate. I
Reading is the green one, right?
No, the intermediate is the red one. The blue one is the green one.
I think so. Which one I have?
Okay.
Well, but those books are really good. I was checking them, so I got some examples. These can not only be done from one specific book. You can do with your reading articles as well. The thing is that it takes a little bit more of our time. And today I have tried to present things that have been easy for me to do them and they are not time consuming for us. We're teachers. We know that we have to do a lot of things. So, but sometimes, if you feel like doing these type of activities, you can select from the same reading and you can tell your students not to open their books. You scan, you don't have a scanner, or you can take a picture of the book and put it on the board and just cover in Word or in PowerPoint, just cover with a box parts of the article. You practice predicting, that is important. You're teaching them skimming late, but still they are learning skimming. And also, you can just show them those parts and go directly to the main idea section of your books. The Q skills have, each reading has 2 comprehension activities. Main ideas, I'm not telling the book just in case, just like we have to use this book as an example. So with the main ideas, you can solve this without reading the whole article. Just read what? The topic sentences of each passage. And in the end they say, so do you have to read all the text? No, miss. Wow. And you do it like this. You don't have time to read. Okay, so do it. Take a picture, blank. Just leave the topic sentences. Tell them to read the topic sentences only and then go directly to main ideas. You see that they can do it. And did you take 25, 30 minutes for the reading? No. It's easy. The problem is taking the picture or scanning. But the picture with the cell phone is 1 minute. A good picture. Yes? So you can do that and don't waste time on making them read or maybe jigsaw too much. It's just a variety and you're teaching them skimming and scanning. And also predicting. Well, and for the scanning, obviously, you have to tell them to open their books or show them the whole picture. But again, they skimmed. They scanned, they looked for the topic sentences, they predicted. So there is a way. I don't know if you see that guy was leaving. And they said, yeah. And he wakes up and says, hey, bravo, yeah. That happens in reading classes. These year students sometimes they're sleeping, right? Well, my last point, well, one of my last points, this is my previous, no, this is one of the last points we're going to talk about, is decoding the meaning of words. What means decoding? It's trying to decipher what the meaning of the word is, okay? Getting the meaning of the context. That's how we know it from books, yes? So, there are 2 parts. The first part that the student feels incomplete if they don't have the dictionary definition. And the second one is the student that feels okay just to know that he can solve the problem because the word perspicacious will not be used in his daily life. So there are words that are useful to learn and useful to use and useful to memorize. And there are words that are just words, theoretical words like helium. Why would you use the word helium? It's not even a verb, it's a noun that probably if you're not a chemist or a doctor or something, a scientist, you would never use. So there are words that don't need dictionary definition. They just need a general understanding. For these kind of activities, what is the ability that you tell your students to do when they don't know the word? And that word will probably be important.
You have to look at the whole sentence because it's some part of the sentence is that word is mentioned in a different.
Right. Looking at all the sentence, what else?
They can repeat.
Yes, they can refer. Yes. What else?
Context.
Yes, correct. The sentence before and the sentence after that word. That's it. And they get the idea. Sometimes the definition is next to that sentence. But they say, Miss, oh my God, this word is not in the vocabulary. Because the word has to be inferred. Or the word needs to be guessed from the context. So we're going to do an activity here. It's called Treasure Hunt. I took these codes, I created them with this website. It's called qrcode.es. And this is used for reading as well, today's reading. So this is what I do in class. You can see the arrows and some blank white sheets with some codes there that are just like squares. And we will use today your cell phones for this purpose, okay? This is Treasure Hunt, so you have to follow the leaves. There are papers that have arrows. You will read these papers. How would you read them? With your scanner, look, you open your scanner, the one you downloaded, the application. The square has to go here. Read please, and then go to the next one. That's Mrs. Hand. You have to do it again. Read it, and then when you finish reading, you go to the next one. Read
How
it.
do I get to the stand again?
Here.
Oh, okay. How do I get? I'm sorry. Camarón.
It's okay.
Speaking, I'm not a speaking one. We don't know. Okay, got nothing.
I'm telling you. No, you have to set it again. No, please stand. Maybe farther. I saw some people laughing. I saw some people laughing.
You discovered someone.
They discover something. When you're done, you finish here. That one doesn't have an arrow, but you have to scan it. One minute. Slow readers. All right. So, how many paragraphs did you actually read? Because that one was not a paragraph. That was more like pay attention and follow instructions. I said, read the ones, scan the ones that had an arrow. That one didn't have an arrow.
No.
And I saw people doing like, and then, keep walking like Johnny. Yes? Okay. So tell me, what was it about? Helium.
The principle of helium.
Yes, what else?
This is one Google resource that I'm not paying attention to, but it's about to also finish.
Very good. It's very valuable. Yes, thank you. Very good. What else?
If people use it for balloons or bodies.
Very good. It discusses the use. Correct. Now,
It's used for the examination.
yes, very good. It's used for bodies and it's non-renewable. Yes, correct.
Another one.
Yes, very good. It's the second element in the universe. Yes. Good.
We will replace the hydrogen.
I'm not sure. Does that say here?
Yeah.
We will replace the hydrogen.
I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah, the last paragraph. All right. So, how many minutes did I take to do this activity in my house? Probably 5. 5 minutes. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. You take a paragraph. This paragraph is from the IELTS passage. It's an IELTS passage. It's not like freshman 1 level, but you can apply this in everything, okay? So, this is an IELTS passage, and I just copy the whole paragraph and paste it in that website. And then it comes up with this code. Now you say, Andrea, but I don't have a printer. You don't have to print it. You can put it in a PowerPoint slide. You can, please, scan that one. No, you don't have to go. You can stay from there and scan it. Scan it. Scan the one I have in the projector. You scan it?
They're going neither.
That was the test.
Yes? This is a test to see if you downloaded the right app and you're doing the right thing. So you don't have to do it in paper. You can do it with the PowerPoint presentation. You don't have to print trained